Hello, this is Techie Doodle Doo, and today we're going to have a look at the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini. So let's start with a super fast what's in the box, because you don't get a lot. This is how the box looks, and in it you get the watch and also a charging cable, which is just a simple USB in one end, and this end goes on the back of the watch with a little magnet to make sure that the connecting points lines up. Let's dive into the menu. So here we have the watch. If we press this button once, we get the main menu. So here you can set several activity goals. You can see your PAI, which is a point system where you get points when you're active. You also have heart rate, where you can measure your heart rate, and also set how often you want the watch to measure your pulse. You have some sleep stuff, workout, blood oxygen level measurement. Here you have also the stress measurement. You have some breathing. I think that's just breathing exercises and different other things. And here you can also press more, so you can check the weather, contact Alexa, control your music if you want that. You have some countdown, stopwatch, and so on and so forth. Here you have the compass, and oh, I'm sorry, I clicked the wrong one. There we go. So it's here that you can find the GPS as well. Just a little note about the compass. If it seems wonky, you should probably calibrate it. And that you can do by moving your wrist in a figure 8 motion. So usually whenever I open the compass, I do this, and seems to be enough to move it like that about 3 times, and you'll see if the compass gets more stable. So the GPS signal here is not good, so I'm not able to demonstrate the GPS very well, but the air pressure seems to be pretty correct. We have measured the air pressure with an older Samsung smartwatch and compared, and they seem to be very similar. And I've also used the internet with several websites that showed air pressure for my location, and they also had a similar value. So I do believe the air pressure is quite correct. The altitude, however, not so much. I've been in the same house, and it has shown that I've been like 120 meters or something above sea level. It has also shown that I've been 100 meters below sea level. So this is the one measurement that I don't think really works this well using this watch. I have tried to Google it to try to find any ways to calibrate it, but nope. And it also seems that people generally have some issues with the altitude measurement. About the heart rate monitor, by the way, we tested that as well against the Samsung smartwatch that I referred to, and it also seemed to give very good results because there were very little variation. So let's go back. Oh, and by the way, one time I forgot to close the compass, and I had it on for quite a while. And that used quite a large chunk of the battery capacity, so do not forget to close your applications. Oh, and about the GPS coordinates that we get when we have a GPS signal, they seem to be quite correct. When I used it the first time, it was way off, but then when I waited a little bit and the watch probably recalibrated something, I don't know, it seemed to be good enough. Usually it is about right. Sometimes it is like 15 meters away from where you're standing, I've checked the coordinates against Google Maps several times, and yeah, if we don't count the first time, I would say that it has been maximum about 15 meters away from the correct coordinates. So not bad, I would say. Also, we have this nifty little feature, Find Phone. So as long as the watch is connected to your phone via Bluetooth, you can click this button and your phone will start to ring. And of course, you also have your pedometer for counting your steps. So let us just go into the main menu again and see what we have in the settings. So here you can change your watch faces, and you can download several from the Zepp app. You have quite a lot to choose from, so you can go ahead and customize your watch. You can also change what you see in the menu through the app actually, so that's quite nice. Here you can also see the battery level. We can see that it has been 8 days since I've charged it. And also we can choose to turn the screen off. So for instance, you can set it to turn off while you sleep. Also, you can set when you want it to dim the screen. And several other settings. So here you can choose the vibration strength and also what you want the button to do. And the time format, which is nice to be able to set, but also the date format. So there we go, that was a quick little insight into the menu of the smartwatch. I also want to say that the watch has a surprisingly good battery time. I didn't expect the battery to last as long as it did for me. I've been using it for about a month now, and I read that it is supposed to be lasting for like 14 days, I believe. But for me, it lasted 18 days until I got 10%. So it would have lasted longer, but I chose to charge it at 10%. A little disclaimer though, I've only been using 2 types of sensors. I've been using the heart rate monitor, which has checked my pulse every 10 minutes, and also the all-day stress monitoring, which checks the variation in pulse. So I am pretty sure that if you use a lot more stuff and check your pulse more often than 10 minutes, it will probably not last 18 days. Regarding the synchronization to the phone, I have not had any issues at all with the Zepp app. As long as I have Bluetooth on in my phone and also had the Zepp app running in the background, it seems to synchronize continuously. So for the comfort, I would say that this watch is quite comfortable. I have quite small wrists and it fits nicely. It is very light. It weighs under 20 grams. So that's nice. I did have a small issue where I got a tiny wound on my wrist and it itched a lot under the face of the watch, but I just changed arm and, well, it hasn't become a wound yet, so I'm probably just not used to using watches because I don't use watches normally. Also, I have not tried to be careful with it at all, and I have none visible scratches, even though I have had longer nails than this and used the watch, so that's very nice. It seems to be durable. It also became a little bit dirty, so I just washed it straight up in the sink, and yeah, it didn't cause anything bad to happen. So that's nice. Another tiny feature thingy that I want to mention, which I found to be very smart. You have this loop thingy that holds the band in place, and it has this little tap. Can you see it? I believe you can. Which goes into the holes, which I found to be such a genius little thing, because then the loop doesn't move at all. It's brilliant. Why doesn't anybody else think of that? So as you can see, I'm currently using the 6th hole. Sometimes I've used the 3rd, 4th, and just adjusting as I go. So let's go ahead and try on a larger wrist. Here we go. So that's how it looks on a larger wrist. It seems tiny now. Can we? And yeah, as you can see, it's too tiny. The band is too small. So I think maybe, in my opinion, Amazfit could have included 2 bands, one smaller and one larger, because this does not fit on a large wrist. So that's something to think about if you have larger wrists. However, I do believe that these bands are quite a standard size and can be replaced, so you can just purchase a larger band probably. So all in all, I would say that you get a lot of bangs for your buck with this watch, because it has so many features and most of them seem to work, which was surprising for me because it is a cheap smartwatch and I didn't expect only one feature to not work. I expected multiple features to not be working. So I would say go ahead and buy it if you want a watch that is quite good on a lot of different things. If you do, however, want a watch that has a very reliable GPS and also good altitude measurements and such, I would stay away from this and rather buy a watch that does focus on these specific features. But, well, you're probably gonna have to go up in price for that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave a like and also consider subscribing, because we would love to have you in our techie family. Have a good one!